Am I wrong for thinking my fiancé changed right after I proposed? So I've been dating Tanya for about a year. Things were going great. We have separate apartments, but she stays at my place a few nights a week, and it felt like we were building something solid. There were some really sweet things that made me feel like she was the one. She always left little notes in my lunch or around the house when I had a stressful day at work. Just small reminders that she was thinking of me, which made me feel seen. We would spend lazy Sundays binge-watching TV shows together, and she always let me pick the snacks, even though she hates spicy chips and I love them. When I had a family crisis last year, she was incredibly supportive, offering to come with me to see my family or just be a shoulder to lean on. Feeling like I'd hit the jackpot, I proposed. She said yes, and everything seemed perfect until the following week. I came home one night to find Tanya and two of her friends lounging on my couch drinking wine. I had never met these friends before, ever. I asked what was going on, and she casually said they wanted to meet me now that things were official. Apparently, these are her childhood best friends, soulmates, or some kind of deep connection. If they were so close, why have I never heard their names? Whatever. They stayed until 2 a.m., giggling and chatting loudly. I had work the next day, so I went to bed at 10, assuming they'd wrap up soon. Tanya later explained that one of them was the designated driver, so it was all fine. But 2 nights later, it happened again. Same friends, same late-night hangout. This time I told Tanya that if she wanted to entertain, she needed to do it at her own place. I need to sleep, and I can't function at work on 4 hours of rest. She got all petulant, and I overheard her friends talking loudly about how I wasn't fun and how she should go back to her ex, who never would have kicked them out. That was strike one. Then 4 days later, it was one of her friends' birthdays. Tanya wanted me to come along for the celebration. Fine. We go out, and instead of just a few friends, there are 6 women at this thing. I spend the whole night being interrogated. Questions about my net worth, my goals, when I'm going to get a real job, I'm an editor at a publishing house, and how quickly I'll knock Tanya up. This wasn't a conversation. It felt like an inquisition. Then the bill comes. Tanya says 1 check. She slides it over to me with zero hesitation. I look around thinking maybe someone will offer to chip in. Nope. All of them just stared at me. They had polished off bottle after bottle of wine, 6 appetizers, and full meals. Tanya just expects me to foot the bill. I leave cash for my portion and walk out. I get angry texts all night calling me cheap and embarrassing. Strike 2. The next day, I check my security camera and see Tanya and her 2 friends at my apartment again. They leave carrying a small wooden box. I know that box. It's where I keep my grandfather's watch, a family heirloom. I text her asking why they took my watch. Her response? Oh, her boyfriend is going to a big event and needs to impress people. I told her she could borrow it. I told her to get it back immediately. She acted like I was overreacting, so I called the cops. They retrieved the watch, and the next day, I had the apartment maintenance guy change the locks. Later, I see her arrive with her friends, and when the key doesn't work, her friends start flipping off the camera like we're in high school or something. Eventually, the complex staff made them leave. That night, Tanya texted me about wedding details. I didn't reply. When I finally did talk to her, she complained about stress over getting engaged. Said she'd do better. But I don't even know who this person is. Am I overthinking this, or did she completely change as soon as I proposed? It feels like I'm suddenly dating someone I've never met, and every red flag is waving in my face. Am I wrong for cutting things off?